everyone, it is time for a new video, and today we're finally doing a good old 24-hour readathon. I feel like I have not done this in so long. I feel like I've been avoiding doing a normal one that's, just like for actual 24 hours. Cause I always get so anxious and overwhelmed and I get panicked. I'm like, you know what, like I'm not reading enough or whatever. And I'm just like, it doesn't matter. I literally don't have to finish a single book. And if I actually calm down, I'm definitely gonna read more than I would if I was panicking. And so we're just gonna have a good time. We're gonna read a few different books and it's gonna be cozy and wonderful. I just feel like I just want to read a lot of books, not because I have to, but because I want to. Was thinking about making this a Christmas readathon, but I think I'm gonna save that for, maybe the next one soon. Because like I do want to read a lot of Christmas books, but I also have a lot of books that are not Christmassy that I've been wanting to read. Let's talk about some potential books that we're going to be reading. So the first one is a book that I'm 100% reading that I am actually reading for a different vlog as well, but it doesn't matter. I was kind of thinking maybe I should finish it first before starting this, but who cares? I love this book so much already that I'm just like, I will be happy to talk about it in 2 videos. And I will talk to you about the details in a second when we talk about the other options. So this is a physical book that is a contemporary romance, no Christmassy things, but it is wonderful. I absolutely want to read this. Honestly, the only reason why I stopped reading is because I wanted to update that other vlog and then I had to like eat dinner and whatever. And I think that the second I pick this back up, I will not want to stop. And so then I do have 3 Christmas options that I feel very drawn to, and that is 'Tis the Season for Revenge by Morgan Elizabeth, which is like a office romance that the heroine starts dating her boss to get revenge on her ex or something like that. And I've been really wanting to read an office romance because I realized I have not read any in so long, and it is time. So definitely this. And then I found another one on Kindle Unlimited that's called Christmas Cupid by Ilsa Madden Mills, and I have heard so much about this author, but I've actually never read anything by her, and I think that this is going to be super fun. So this says that it's a enemies to lovers novella about finding love in unexpected places, and it sounds that it is about a hockey player nursing an injury and avoiding the media, and a bratty boot designing princess who seems to have made it her mission to despise me. So yeah, the synopsis is really funny. It's like the one that's written in the first point of view, and I feel like I like the writing style in that. I think this is going to be just a super lighthearted book. It is only 147 pages, and I do definitely also want to read a lot of novellas because I have not been doing that a lot lately, and I miss it. So that is that. And I do have another physical book here that has been catching my eye, and that is I Like You Like That by Kayla Gross. I've had this for a few months, absolutely love this cover, and I recently realized that I actually love reading indie romance physically the most, and it makes me feel very conflicted because most of indie romance, including this, is on Kindle Unlimited, which I have, so I can have it for free. But the experience of just owning it and reading it physically is unmatched. And honestly, I think that indie romance is my favorite genre. It is very hard to say. I would not say that it's like my favorite genre as a whole. As a whole, like fantasy romance or romantasy or whatever would be my favorite genre, but not the books that are actually popular in it, if that makes sense. I imagine it a little differently to fully match my dreams and taste. So yeah, I have not read an indie romance physically in a while, and generally I've not been reading as many as I would like lately, and I would love to read this. I also just recently read Trick Shot by Kayla Gross, which is a holiday novella that is polyamorous, very steamy, very fun. I really liked the writing style, and I feel like I would just absolutely love one of her actual novels. And at the same time, it is still quite short. It's supposed to be like a rockstar romance. Maybe it has a body, yes. it has a bodyguard trope, and they used to know each other when they were younger, and you know, so I don't think it's necessarily like a second chance romance. I think they weren't together, but there were definitely some feelings involved, and they get reunited. And I love celebrity romances. I do think I prefer actors over singers, but I have also not read a lot of singer romances, and I think this could be super fun. And so I really want to get to this. This is kind of like what we're working with. And I'm super excited. So it is actually 11:25 p.m. And I think I'm officially gonna, no, actually, I think I'm just gonna start reading now because like I do really want to get back to this. And the way that I do the readathons, especially recently, even though I have not recently been doing them, is I like to start, you know, at whatever time. Sometimes I like to start earlier than this, to be honest, but I could not decide if I wanted to start today or tomorrow. And then I was just like, you know what, I want to do this. And so I will start reading now, and I will sleep. Tomorrow night, I'll just read until I go to sleep, which is usually at 2. So like basically 24 hours with a little added bonus of, you know, but whatever. I don't know if I'll still have energy anyways. So I will go read this beautiful book, and I don't know actually if I'll update you before I go to sleep. We'll see, but I will talk to you soon. Actually, before I shut up, I didn't tell you details about this, so I'll just quickly go over that before I get out of here. So, did I even say the name of this? It is The Neighbor Favor by Christina Forrest. And I started this today. Again, I flew through it. I got to page 150. It does have like almost 400 pages. 385. And it has basically the like they meet online situation, or like not meet, basically. We have Lily and Nick, and Nick is this author of a fantasy book that wasn't really popular, but that got published in the UK, and it wasn't necessarily popular, but Lily did read it and find it because she worked as a bookseller. And she basically messages him because, you know, the series was unfinished. It had a cliffhanger. She writes him an email to his website that he just created like years after the book published. And they start this emailing interaction, and they email each other back and forth for months until they become friends, and they catch feelings. And then Nick goes to her, and she, you know, is super confused why, and she is very sad. And then they meet in person, unintentionally, coincidentally, you know, fate and all of that. And it has like some explanations, but basically, obviously, you know, it's fate, and they live in the same building, they're neighbors and all of that, and they start interacting. And I won't spoil more than that, but I mean, that's not actually a spoiler. It happens in the first like 50 pages or something. But I love it so much. So the first 50 pages are just the emails. And I do think I prefer it a little bit if it's like integrated more, because like after that they don't have any emails. Obviously they're now together in person. But I still absolutely loved reading those emails. I love shit like that in books. And so yeah, I sometimes have mixed feelings about the secret identity situation and like hiding something like that, but I just feel so connected to these characters, and it is so cute and exciting and wonderful, and they already have such a strong connection, like because of the emails. And now, like, you know, it's just like I just love that contrast. There is something that fascinates me so much about all the books that have this like online layer and then this in-person layer, and the fact that they don't know it, or one of them doesn't know it, kind of makes it even more exciting and intriguing and interesting. And I just like absolutely love that shit. So I will go read and I'll talk to you soon when I make more progress, or maybe finish the whole thing, because like I'm not sure if I'm gonna want to stop a second time. So I will talk to you soon. Hi everyone, so excuse my ghostly appearance. I'm currently doing my makeup, and I thought that I would start updating you. I never do like makeup updates because I feel like, you know, I get very distracted, it takes too long, and then like, but I thought it'd be fun. I really like watching other people talk about books when they do their makeup, and so yeah. There is quite a bit of mess behind me, so I hope that's not going to be too distracting, but I already started doing my face, and I thought since this is, you know, kind of like the first official Christmas vlog that I'm doing, even though it's not just Christmas, I wanted to wear this. It's also very comfy and it's very cold here, so also ignore my wet hair because I also showered. Now that we have that out of the way, let's talk about books, because I've actually been reading, and I am reading so far the things that I would tell you things that I told you I would read. So I did finish The Neighbor Favor, and it's not gonna stand. Is it gonna stand? It's not gonna stand. I finished this beautiful book, and it's really funny because like, so I normally don't stay up actually like reading that often because I've said this before that I kind of like to read ebooks and audiobooks before sleep because like, I don't know, you know, it like physically reading in the night, it takes a little bit more effort. Like you need to have the light on, and you know, like if you're in bed, like, you know, whatever. Like, so I don't often do the whole, you know, like I stayed up till 2 a.m. just reading this book. That is exactly what I did last night, and I'm so happy because like this book really brought out like it's funny because I feel like I'm in a reading mood at all times in a way. Like I always want to read, and I'm always reading something, at least a little bit. But this was like, I want to devour this book, and I did devour this book. And it's just like that super, like, almost childlike excitement where you absolutely don't want to let go, you know? Not just like, you know, I keep reading because, like, it's good, but I did not want to stop reading. And I did actually have 1 second that I was like, okay, like, I do feel kind of tired, so maybe I can just finish it in the morning. But then I picked up the book, and I was like, you know, I'll just, like, read a few more pages. And then, you know, 2 hours later, I finished the whole thing. And it was absolutely incredible. And I don't even know where to begin or, you know, where to continue. Because, like, I have no words. This was perfect. And I cannot believe that, you know, it took me all year to get to this book. But at the same time, I'm so happy because it just, like, brought me so much joy. And I certainly needed that, and it was just so beautiful. And so it is just like such a sweet, wonderful romance. I just felt so invested in it and so connected to the characters, and I was just like, I couldn't stop. I couldn't wait for them, you know, to kiss and then to kiss again and to just let themselves fall in love and learn to trust each other and like all of those things. It was so beautiful. It was so sweet. I do think like sweet and like lovely and wonderful are the words that describe it the best. And so I feel like if you're someone who does not prefer like steamy romances and you like, you know, emotional depth and some plot and more of the cute sweet moments, I think this is perfect. It has like a little bit of smut in it too, but it's not really super explicit, and there's not a lot of it. So that's something that you don't like, then this book is perfect. But even if you do like that and you want it in the books, it doesn't feel like it's, you know, completely missing there, and it is just absolutely incredible. I think this book is also just perfect for people just getting into adult romance. I just feel like it gives you such a wonderful feel of a adult romance, and it's just like amazing, and it's not too long. Even though like it is 380 pages, it feels like it's less, to be honest. It never felt like it was dragging. It never felt like it was too long. It is just like so absolutely amazing. And so I would absolutely recommend this book to people getting into romance, but also, you know, even if you have read a lot of romance, it still felt really fresh, fun, and cute. And again, like it is so like nerdy and bookish, you know, all those things. And like everything about it made me absolutely fall in love. So highly recommend this book. Obviously, it was just everything I wanted, and I cannot wait to read the next book that actually follows Lily's sister. And I absolutely loved her. That's another thing. Like the side characters in this were amazing as well, where I was just like actually, you know, invested in them. And a lot of the time, to be honest, like I don't really even care if I don't like side characters in romances. If I like the main romance, I'm just like, I don't even need the side characters. But obviously when they're amazing, like it just adds more to the book, and it is just absolutely wonderful. So that is this book. Amazing, incredible. You all need to read it. Also a reminder that Christina Forrest, like I mentioned, does have YA romances as well. And I know that not everyone who reads adult romance reads YA romance, but like they definitely read as like the older stage of YA where the characters are like getting closer to the college age, like around 18, not, 15 or something. So I am so happy. So that was one thing. But then, this morning I woke up at 11 and, that was not ideal, but like I did go to bed at 2. And again, I did actually set an alarm for 11 because let me just say something, I cannot stand waking up like ever. And I always struggle with that. And so I don't like to force myself to, wake up at 8 just because I'm doing a readathon. But I then did immediately pick up the book that I told you about, Christmas Cupid, I think, which is by Ilsa Madden Mills, and I read like 55%, so it is under 200 pages. It is a novella, but I was flying through it. I honestly only stopped reading because I was like, I really need to shower and start the vlog again, but it is really addicting, which is exactly what I wanted. So it's not like a masterpiece, but it is just like the kind of romance that is just like so fun that you don't want to stop reading, even when it's like, a little bit annoying or there's just something like, and I think the main thing is, I don't remember their names, Iris and, don't know, the guy, I forgot the guy. Anyway, it's funny, Iris actually was one of the characters in The Neighbor Favor, but I don't love the hero necessarily. He is kind of like, he's a hockey player. He's a stereotypical kind of like jock. And, I do like that sometimes, but in romances like this, it is super fun, obviously. But at this point, like, I do prefer slightly more like, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it, but whatever. So his inner monologue in some moments was like a little bit annoying, and I was just like, what the hell are you saying? Like, but besides that, like, he is cool, like, he's fine. They definitely have chemistry, so it is hate to love, and they get snowed in together. And I do have to say that is, I think, like, my absolute favorite Christmas setup, because it's like, you're telling me that, you're telling me that, like, I can have forced proximity and there's snow outside and they, are stuck there together. Like, forced proximity is, in general, my favorite type of, like, setting, I guess, or whatever I should call it. And so I live for that. And then, like, just the cabin and the cozy vibes obviously make it so much more exciting. And it is just amazing. And I do really like the hate to love vibes in this. It feels like a little bit ridiculous and silly, but like it makes sense for the characters because we do have like a slightly bratty heroine and like the jock hero, and like I feel like that works so well. And so I'm so here for that, and like it is just like so entertaining. It is really funny. I laughed multiple times, and I just love when that happens. So this is definitely not like a masterpiece. Definitely will not have a lot of emotional depth, but it has a lot of entertainment and fun. I think it's gonna get quite a bit steamy, and like it is just a great time. Also just like such an easy thing to read when, it's like Christmas and you don't have a lot of time and you want to read something easy and quick. So I will definitely finish it like very soon. Honestly, like give me half an hour and I'll be done with the book. So I just need to do my lipstick. So I have the I Like You Like that I think I want to at least start today. It has super tiny letters, so that like slightly intimidates me, but again, I don't have to finish this. I don't have to finish anything. I can read whatever I want. I can, yeah. So that is that. And I do actually, you know what, I'm gonna get up and show you one more book. So that is Surrender by Rilzy Adams. I already read this book. It is super short. It is, I think, like 70 pages. No, it is 56 pages. So it is literally 56 pages, and I love it. I love Rosie Adams with my whole heart, and I know I love this book. I don't remember anything about it though, and so I think I want to read it again. Just because it's gonna be a super quick, fun, wonderful read. And I know that with a certainty because I already read it. And recently I made a video talking about romance novella recommendations, and I mentioned this day, and I feel like today would be the perfect day to read this. So I am planning on calling one of my besties today, which is gonna take a while, but that's not happening right now. And I do want to write more because today, oh my gosh, I can actually mention that very quickly. Today is, it's November 29th, and so that means it's the second to last day of NaNoWriMo, which I have been participating in, and I literally participated in it like since 2019, so this is my fourth one, and I never accomplished the 50K goal. And guess what? This year is gonna be the first year that I will actually manage to get to that. Right now, I have like 46,000, and so we're making it happen. And it is absolutely incredible because, like, I mean, I have finished books before. I published one book before, and technically two, but the other was a poetry collection. And so it's not like, I've never written 50,000 words, but I've never done it in the NaNoWriMo. I've never done it in the 1 month. And so this is just like it's so meaningful to me because I've been struggling with writing because of like my mental health and some things that happened for years at this point. And this month, it's not just about the goal, but it really just reminded me of just how much and why I adore writing with my whole heart, and I never want to not write ever again. And so it's just absolutely incredible. So I don't know how much more we're gonna read, but like we've already read basically like 1.5 books. Even though like I did start The Neighbor Favor before, I still read quite a lot of pages. So I don't know. I feel like I might change my mind at some point as per usual, but we will keep reading. Hello everyone. So it is time for an update. It is, I think, 2 hours later, something like that. I made lunch and I started an audiobook. So I forgot to tell you earlier, I was trying to figure out what audiobook I wanted to listen to, and I wasn't sure about it, so then I didn't mention it. But as I went to make lunch, I was just like, you know what, this is gonna take a while because I was doing like a little bit of a longer baked pasta situation. And so I started listening to Kiss Her Once for Me by Alison Cochrane. And I already got to like 40%. And I wasn't sure if I should pick this book because it is a little bit long, like not a lot, but at the speed I listened to, it said that it would be like over 3 hours, 30 minutes or something. And at this point, I can totally do that before the end of the day because now I have maybe 2 hours, and I'm just like, that is absolutely doable. And I honestly want to. Like, it is so fun, and I like it so much. So I've been wanting to read this since last year. I think last year is when it came out, and I was hearing a lot of people talk about it, but once again, it was just kind of like, it just so often I find Christmas books that I think I will like at the end of Christmas. And then I'm just like, at the end of the year, like after Christmas, I tell myself, well, I can keep reading Christmas books, but then I just get so excited and wrapped up in like the new year things that I don't really read a lot more after that. But we're reading it now, and it is so fun, and I'm so happy. So I don't even know where to begin with explaining this, but I'll try my best. So it is a sapphic romance with like a lot of complicated things inside it. And okay, so we have Ellie, who basically had this incredible one day, one night stand situation a year ago on Christmas Day, where she met this woman and they had just such a wonderful time, and she felt so connected to her and she liked her so much. And then she disappeared and they never saw each other again until this Christmas, when Ellie is just at her job that she absolutely hates. She's not making a lot of money. She's really struggling to pay her rent. And there's this guy, Andrew, like the landlord of the place or something, just like a rich guy, who is getting his coffee, and then they hang out and get drunk together, and he offers her this marriage of convenience situation where he's just like, of course, he needs to get married to get his inheritance and he needs the money, whatever. And so Ellie is just like, I can't agree to this because she has very bad anxiety. She's just like, this is a terrible idea, but she also very much needs the money, and so she ends up agreeing to it, and he's just like, okay, we just have to go see my family at their Christmas cabin, and they're gonna get married and they'll get divorced when it will be just kind of normal to do so. And at that place, Ellie runs into Jack, the girl that she met the previous year. And let's just say it goes from there. So that is not a spoiler, I hope, because, like, it is in the first 20%. It's in the synopsis. And so, obviously, a lot of juicy drama, which I don't normally like. I don't like drama. I don't like conflict. I hate love triangles as a whole, but something about this is working so well for me because there's more in it that than this, but I won't get into that. You can discover that when you read the book. And so I feel like all of the puzzles work together really well. And obviously, I don't know how it's actually all going to be resolved, but it is really fun so far. I really like the characters. I feel like it's like a 4-star for me right now, but it could definitely go up from here to a 5-star. So I'm actually reading more Christmas things than I even expected, which I'm honestly really happy about. Because, like, I love Christmas, and again, like, I do want to read a lot of Christmas books this year, so I will be reading this, but I do think I will put it down for a little while, because, like, I feel like it's always good to have an audiobook at the end of a 24-hour readathon when I get too tired to read with my eyes or whatever, so I'll go finish the Christmas Cupid now, because I put that on pause as I did that, and then after that, I'm not sure if I want to pick up the physical book or what is gonna happen. I don't know, but we will figure it out, and I'm very excited. I actually don't feel stressed at all right now. I am reading amazing books, I'm having a great time, and it is amazing, so I'm very happy. Hi everyone. So it has been a few days and I honestly can't even be annoyed because I just find it funny at this point. I did in the end flop at the end of the readathon, but I did finish Kiss Her Once for Me, so I'll update you on that. I didn't read anything else, but I had a great time. So I do think I included the footage a little bit, not much, of the Christmas market. I went to the Christmas market the day afterwards, and then I had work, and I just, am finally updating you now. But I honestly, I think, at least right now, 24 hours is just not for me. I think I need to do 48-hour readathons so that it just, like, satisfies my urge to read a lot, but also gives me space to breathe and do something else and whatever. And yeah, but, I still read a few amazing books in here, and I had a really great time. So, like I said, finished Kiss Her Once for Me, and I loved it. It wasn't like a full-on 5-star for me, but I definitely think it's worth the hype, and it's definitely a book that I'm going to recommend a lot. So, it is, I think the reason why people like it so much is it's, like, so well balanced in a lot of different ways. So there's actually, like, a lot of plot because of all the things that are kind of, like, inside the romance. It doesn't feel convoluted. It doesn't feel super intense. I think that the description sounds kind of, like, more chaotic than it actually is in practice. But it means that, like, there's quite a lot going on in the plot, and you need to, like, it kind of surprises you a little bit, and, like, you maybe know who's gonna end up with who, but you don't maybe fully know how that's gonna get there. And so I think that this is perfect for people who like romance, but they also like a lot of things around the romance, a lot of side characters, and things actually happening inside the plot. And I think that is why it's not a 5-star for me. I did actually love the side characters. I really enjoyed the things outside of the romance, but it took away a little bit from the romance for me. Like, I wish I had a little more of the romance content. So it does actually have a few flashbacks to, like, the previous year where our two main characters kind of like fell in love for the first time in that one day. And I did really like that inclusion, but I wish there was more of it in the present moment. But that being said, it is such a great book. It explores a lot of themes like mental health and things like that. And it has basically every character is queer and it is just so fun. And the romance that we do get, like, I did really love. And so it is a really great book that I am so happy I finally got to. It is cozy and Christmassy, but I do think this will also work for people who don't love like super crazy Christmassy things. Like it's definitely not over the top. So, I think that's all that I have to say on that. I really enjoyed it. I'm definitely going to talk about it again and recommend it again. And I'm really happy about that. And since I actually finished the readathon, I have read a few more Christmas things. And I have given myself more space to read without vlogging. And I think that's actually amazing because like it's allowing me to read faster, and also like that way I have more things to recommend in an actual recommendation video, not just talk about in a vlog. So I'm really happy about that. But yeah, so this did not go how I planned, but I had a great time. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I also hope that this time finally we have a little bit of a shorter vlog. If you made it this far, leave a snow emoji down below and let me know actually if it snows or if it has snowed where you live. It has not snowed here. I'm not really expecting it, but back home it did snow, and so I hope that for actual Christmas I'll see snow at least once. But let me know. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'm gonna see you soon in another video. Bye.